What's up, guys? Welcome to my video. In this video I will be repainting an old landscape. The reason why I'm repainting it was because the old one turned out very mediocre, and for the average person they might think that, oh hey, it's just a cool landscape to look at, but I realized that there was a bunch of compositional errors that I made in that previous one that I want to tell you about in this video. I did a lot of mistakes in that one, and I'll be going over step by step what I did to correct all of them. I'll be talking about gradients. I'll be talking about the layering of colors. I'll be talking about shadows and refining all the basic elements of it. So I hope that you all stick with me here for the entire length of this video, because I'll a lot of in-depth information during this time-lapse video. The first mistake I made was that I painted that big tree in front of the chapel. The reason why it's a mistake is because it creates this blockage towards the viewer. And when you're painting a landscape, you want to keep that transition from the beginning of the painting towards that main attraction as seamless as possible. So in this example, you're walking down this path, and you don't want anything blocking you off from going towards that chapel. You want to keep it as interesting as possible. And that tree, it just creates this distraction. It creates this hindrance towards that that transition from the beginning of the path towards that chapel. So what I did was I moved that tree towards the left to block off that sky, to make that opening in the middle of the painting instead of the left side. The next mistake I made was that I painted the sky in the wrong part of the painting. When you paint the corners of the painting, you want to reserve those for more solid objects or for darker parts of the painting, which that part obviously is not. So what I did in this reconfiguration was that I moved the sky more towards the right, so that way I left a huge opening behind the chapel and in the top right part of the painting. And the way I reconfigured it also was that I put the tree on the left side, on the top left, so that way you have all these dark shadows casting down from that area to create the contrast and that natural blockade on the top left corner of the painting. You can see how in my old painting I didn't use that many gradients, especially up in the trees, and they just look extremely flat and dull, and it just helps magnify the sheer mediocrity of this old painting. And so that's what you want to do. You want to add gradients in the trees, in the foliage, in the vegetation. So don't skip out of those gradients, guys. Okay, so we are at the end of the video. If you guys stuck around here for the entire length of it, thank you for doing so. I really hope that you all learned a few techniques from here. I hope that I was able to convey some decent information to you that you could take home with you with your landscape endeavors. And I appreciate your patronage. So make sure to click that like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to. And even more importantly, leave a comment below because I could use some feedback, good, bad, just maybe something in between. I could always use some constructive criticism. I could always use some more suggestions for other paintings, other videos. So yeah, just let me know and message me if you want to. So yeah, see ya.